right-handed pitcher Mick Abel. Reese, I want you to think back over the last 5 years for a prospect whose stock has wavered and fluctuated as much as Mick Abel's. It's got to be a list that we could limit to two hands, surely, right?
Yeah, like Forrest Whitley was someone who his
That's a good one.
hit that's maybe the only prospect who's had a more vacillation in what people feel about him. Mick Abel he's close to the majors, he's in AAA, he's on the 40 man. He just walks everybody. Like it is an amazingly bad like walk rate. The command just comes and goes, but ultimately it is good stuff. So it's 94 to 96, tops out at 98 mile per hour fastball. I think the shape is a little suboptimal, a little dead zoney. So basically, it's something that they kind of have to tweak a little bit. It's a good slider, it's a good curveball. The changeup has shown in the past to be good. It has backed up a little bit since his time in being a professional player. So ultimately, with Mick Abel, it's what is he? I think he is an inefficient 4 or 5 starter who's a 5 and dive guy, and I think that if that's what the Phillies get with him, I think that should be celebrated at this point. Like getting that with any sort of like prepster is like with all the landmines that they have to navigate to get up to the majors. I think that's a good outcome. I just don't think he has the ceiling that we once thought Mick Abel did. We thought Mick Abel might be one of the few pitching prospects who could become an ace. I don't think Mick Abel has that anymore.
Unfortunately, I think I have to agree with you. I feel like I've been carrying the banner for Abel for so long, and even now, to hear somebody else that I respect as much as I do you, Reese, to say celebrating a 5 and dive, inconsistent fourth starter is a success for Abel because it absolutely is. You guys watching at home, you know this because we've said it over and over, but reaching the major leagues is a success, especially from a fantasy lens. It's so difficult to break kind of this mental block in our minds that someone has to be Trout, Betts, 2009 Hanley Ramirez, Adrian Gonzalez level of fantasy star to be a good major league player. And Mick Abel is a perfect example of a guy who really right now it's just warts. They're just warts. I think that if we get any sort of positive progression in his command, I think that Abel could still be a mid rotation starter. I think that, again, top of the 99th percentile right now, it's something in the realm of like Tyler Glasnow, who's always struggled with, control until it just clicked, until he just had enough experience and had enough time throwing a baseball professionally that he kind of got it all together. Now, again, if Mick Abel is less Tyler Glasnow and more mm, DL Hall, more, you know, I think that that's still a very worthy celebration for the Phillies, especially considering that their pitching development has only improved significantly in the last year or so. I really like Abel, and I think that we're going to see. Okay, let's play over under again on innings, Reese. 60 major league innings this year. Over or under?
Oh, I was really hoping you were going with starts here. I'm going
Oh,
to
sorry.
say no, it's okay. I'm gonna go with under on innings. I think he's like a 55 inning guy, and like
Okay.
they have a lot of depth in their rotation too. Like we're talking about Taiwan Walker being expendable, although who
Mm-hmm.
wants to take on that contract is ultimately a big question. Like, is he like a salary dump sort of guy? But McAble is like he's kind of like if you're lining them up one through whatever in the organization, he's probably like the seventh or eighth starter in the rotation right
Yeah.
now. So obviously if people get hurt, he moves up, but and pitchers get hurt unfortunately a lot. It's been for someone who hasn't dealt with any serious injuries. Mick Abel is like a lot of these pitchers who have these like up and down like minor league careers. It's a lot of injury basis, right? With him, it's just straight up command. Like so, it's a big thing with him. But I think 55 innings is what I project for him going forward. If I made a Reese White projection system.